She used to be known as a crazy woman from the slums, but now she has suddenly become a rich man's wife. All because years ago her husband was framed by a villain and sent to prison, which caused him and his wife to be separated for years. And that same villain turned out to be the father-in-law who ruined his daughter's happiness. When Mr. Luo saw Mom May dressed in elegant clothes, showing up at a fancy party, he was frozen in shock. He had always believed Mom May was dead. Could she have come back like a ghost to settle the score with me? Barrow wants to convince Mayla to let go of her hatred toward his parents, saying he also deeply resents what his parents did. After all, the life ahead is one the two of us will live together. But Mayla does not want to let them off so easily. If your parents sincerely apologize to me, maybe I will forgive them and keep living with you. Just then, Monica walks over and hugs Barrow. It turns out today is the day they are pretending to reconcile, so the family name will not be damaged. Monica says to Mayla, "Let me borrow your boyfriend for a minute. You are going to be with him for life anyway, so you do not mind, right?" Mayla can only reluctantly agree, but when she sees Monica deliberately kiss Barrow, she cannot stand it anymore. Old May sees Mrs. Luo walking over, and stops her on the spot, telling her to publicly apologize to him with her husband, and demanding that her son announce that Mayla is his wife. But Mrs. Luo has always acted superior, so how could she agree to that? She simply ignores him and walks away, not knowing she is about to pay a heavy price for it. Mayla cannot watch anymore and wants to leave with her father, but her father refuses. He tells her to wait because the real show is about to start. Following the plan, Mrs. Luo gets ready to announce her daughter-in-law to the reporters. Mayla thinks she is going to say it is her, and quietly feels happy. But at that moment when Mom May sees Mr. Luo, she suddenly loses control of her emotions, and shouts, "This is the man who took my child away." The reporters instantly know they have a huge story. Mr. Luo tries to step forward and find out what is going on, but Old May holds her and says this is my wife. Mr. Luo is completely stunned. To keep the scandal from spreading, Mrs. Luo actually tells her son to publicly admit that Monica is his wife. Barrow refuses without hesitation, because he does not want to hurt Mayla again. With no other choice, Monica admits on her own that she is not Barrow's wife, then tells everyone that Mayla is Barrow's wife. Everyone is waiting to laugh at the Luo family. Then Mrs. Luo asks her son again, "The woman you love has now made our family lose face in public. Are you still going to stand by her?"
Lo que voy a hacer es otra cosa, mamá.
Furious and embarrassed, Mr. Luo suddenly turns the blame around, and angrily calls Old May an ex-convict, saying he is trying to use the scheme to marry his daughter into a wealthy family. Your daughter is nothing but a stray cat from the slums. For a moment, everyone starts doubting Mayla. Mayla tells her father to show the evidence now, and shut the old man up. But Old May thinks this is not the best time, and decides to settle things with Mr. Luo another day. But then Barrow stops them. "Now that my father exposed who you really are you trying to run away?" Even though Mayla says she was taken away by Mr. Luo's men and photographed, this time Barrow still chooses his family. Heartbroken, Mayla is about to leave, but a reporter stops her. "Ms. Mayla, are you not planning to marry Mr. Barrow anymore?" Mayla is torn, but unexpectedly, Barrow says yes in order to protect his parents' reputation. Mayla can only go home in heartbreak. Monica thinks she has another chance, so the next day she goes to find Barrow, and says Mayla is just a manipulative woman. She is not worth your love at all. Right then, she notices that Mayla across from them has seen her, so she immediately kisses Barrow on purpose. Mayla cannot hold back anymore, and yells at Barrow, "Did you already find someone new that fast?" Barrow tries to explain, but Mayla is too angry to listen. The two have a huge argument, and the misunderstanding only grows deeper. Mayla no longer wants to see Barrow and Monica, so in the middle of the night she and Sister Hua carry the children, and return to the slums again. Old May knows his daughter is hurting, so he does not object. The shady boss who has wanted Mayla for a long time, hears that she is back, and immediately buys 2 baby cribs to give her. Of course Mayla does not want to accept them, but when she sees the 2 pitiful children, she can only say she will treat them as a loan from him, and promises that starting tomorrow she will work and pay him back. The shady boss says with disappointment, "These kids are so cute, can I kiss their mother too?" And as he says it he leans in, but to everyone's surprise, Barrow walks in at that exact moment and sees everything.